this would be the very first time someone would win an Oscar who didn't brush his teeth from ages 10 to 14.
Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
I didn't know that about Casey.
It would be the very first time that someone pulls his pants, wins an Oscar, who pulls his pants all the way down at the urinal.
Is that really?
Yes.
So people always say, are your kids into it? Yeah. The truth is, no, they're not. My kids, if I was doing the sequel to Frozen, I would be a hero. But
they love Frozen?
My two older daughters could give a about that.
In what other ways, Ben?
Well, the first person to win who's scared of butterflies.
Casey is scared of butterflies.
Not only that, he would be the first person to win who used to touch himself watching the Vicky the Robot from Small Wonder.
Oh, my goodness.
And so they love Frozen, and, you know, the indignity is so great that they've now passed that affection on to my 2.5-year-old son.
Yeah.
And he's like, Papa, can I watch Frozen? And I'm like, no, dude, it's not on again. So
not last but not least.
Okay.
I'm gonna get one more in.
Yeah, get one more in.
This would be the very first person to win an Academy Award who once asked his brother if Back to the Future was a true story.
He goes crazy for it. And then he like wants me to sing along. And you can't tell your son, because you're supposed to be his hero, that you can't sing. So I'm just like, let it go, let it go. And now he started being like, no, Papa, do it like the man. I was like, first of all, I'm your father, okay? Jimmy Fallon's not the man, I'm the man.
Hi, Mr. Affleck. My name is Kylie, and I think I already know the answer to this question, but who do you think would be a better president, Batman or Superman?
You know, I think they'd both be great candidates.
You were an actor as a child.
I was. I did do some child acting. I wasn't like the child actor who, you know, like, luckily I didn't end up on a show and get famous and go on crack and go crazy.
Yeah. You actually had a childhood.
I see. Yeah. Who got into acting first, you or Matt?
I don't want to embarrass Matt, and I know you don't.
No, of course not.
I got into acting before he did. I was on a kids show called Voyage of the Mimi for television. I had an agent, and I remember I got to be friends with Matt, and he was like, "You have an agent? I want an agent."
So it was a PBS series called Voyage of the Mimi. It was for kids, you know, educational kind of.
The Voyage of the
You're laughing,
Mimi.
but it's not a joke.
No, it's full. It's very, very available on YouTube. Yeah, you can
find it. Yeah,
you can
it's out
find
there.
it.
They
Yeah,
have it,
The Voyage of the Mimi.
Yes, it was to combining science and math topics with an interesting adventure that a young man took with some scientists.
Your buddy Matt Damon is Jason Bourne. You're the accountant. I think you can give him a run for his money. Who would win, the accountant or Jason Bourne?
I don't even think that's. I mean, I think that's sort of obvious. I'm a little embarrassed that you're even asking me that. Obviously, the accountant's much more professional.
But look at this. This is here. You were in Mexico City.
Yeah, we had 10,000 people there. It was kind of
Look at this.
amazing. Yeah,
How fun
it was
is that?
intense. Yeah, it was not quite the Gone Girl premiere.
I'm putting in my bid. Here's $10.
Okay.
All right, that's part of it.
Well, this is, I'll buy your entry. I mean, it's to me, honestly, I would pay just to hang out with Tom Brady. I don't know. Me and Matt are sort of the sideshow. It's like, well, there's a Jets fan over there.
You're a big Red Sox
Boston
fan.
guy. Yeah, and I think, you know what I think? Derek Jeter was one of the greats. Yeah, we tip our hat. He was a fabulous guy. There will probably not come another athlete or gentleman like him, certainly not from New York City. And it's a joke. It's a comedy. Keep the car running.
You know, rediscovers himself. He wants to avenge his parents' death. He fights the supervillain. I thought, that's not me. I'm not that Batman, you know.
Right.
And Zach was like, no. This guy, he's older and he's really up and he's broken down and he's on the edge of moral bankruptcy. Oh, clearly your man.
Well, he's
I mean, that last game at Yankee Stadium. Come on.
He's a winner. He was clutch. He was the kind of guy. Red Sox fans know baseball, and even when he was killing us deep down, like, it'd be nice to have someone like this on the squad. Nice to have a winner. A winner. We got a bunch of scrubs.
What are your hopes? What are your dreams? What are your fears?
And if you don't want to get really weirded out about having like existential questions posed to you by Ben Affleck, then maybe we could talk about some other fun stuff like stories from the set of The Bourne Identity or any of the other hit movies that I've been in.
Or we could talk about stories from the movie Argo, which won Best Picture. I mean, that's just what happened. I'm not.
Ben Affleck is my guest tonight. Plus, we have Kate Walsh.
Music from Tony Bennett. It's a great show. You gotta watch. We're on next. We didn't even talk about Detroit. Oh, no, Ben, get that. Come on, no, we'll talk about it. Sorry, man. We'll do it, I swear.
Just go to omaze.com/Matt and Ben. Matt and Ben.
Or you could just press my button, which I've conveniently arranged to pop up when you open the page.
I have a button too. Mine's better. It's shinier.
Mine's bigger.
Right.